Welcome into the South Hockey Network, everybody, live on YouTube, live from Seven Bridges Ice Arena for the final time this weekend. GBS has a game. It will be their 6th in 4 days, and the one that matters most, the championship game of this preseason invitational tournament, as they take on an SHL team for the 4th game in a row. This time, it's the defending state champions, New Trier Green. Welcome to the broadcast, everybody. Brad Cesario keeping score at the top left corner of your screen. Gerard Boris, our producer, as always. My name is Dylan Ward, and I've been solo all weekend long, but not today. I have brought in the legendary John Ward, of course, my father, who has done plenty of games with me on the South Hockey Network, including the playoff run last season and all the games leading up to that end of regular season. And boy, it's been a little difficult doing this solo, so I'm glad that you're here for this championship game, John.
Well, thanks for the legendary title, Dylan. You guys are really the legendary ones, but this is going to be a great final, I think. I mean, these two teams know each other well, and GBS is often trying to get over on New Trier, so they're just going to have to really get some legs tonight and be able to produce on this sheet of ice one more time and make it their 6th win in a row.
Yeah, 5-0 to start the preseason invitational. Of course, I've been saying it all tournament long. This is a preseason game, right? So it doesn't count in the regular season standings in terms of who makes the playoffs and everything. But it's not just an exhibition game. It's a tournament game, and it's still going to be very competitive between these two rivals.
Yeah, and if you take a look at both teams as they gather around their goalies, I mean, they're doing the big hugs, and they want this thing. I think to these boys, this is hockey. It's competition, and they don't care if it's happening at the beginning or the end of the season. They want to go home a winner so that they can do their homework in a more enjoyable style, having known that they've won the tournament. So, all
right, so GBS's first look at New Trier Green. It doesn't matter what their roster looks like. New Trier Green just always seems to be the favorite to win the state championship year in and year out, and that has not changed here at the preseason invitational. They're off to a 5-0 start, just like the Titans, with some diabolical stats. 33 goals scored, 4 allowed here at the tournament through their initial 5 games, plus 29 goal differential. John, their power play is also clicking at a 45% rate. So I think one of the biggest keys for Jim Philbin, stay out of the box.
Yeah, obviously with those numbers, almost half the time that New Trier gets a power play, they're putting it into the net. So, if that's not a key, I don't know what is. I think another key is going to be, this is the 6th game since Thursday night for both of these teams. Who's got the legs? Luckily, they're playing on the smaller ice rink. They're playing on the regular ice rink, not the international ice rink, where New Trier has played 4 out of 5 of its games. I spoke to some of the New Trier players, and they said, obviously they like the bigger rink. They feel like it's a 4-on-4 half the time, and a lot of ice to move around. And so whoever is the faster skater, whoever has the better legs, is usually coming out on top.
It's a really good point, John. Glenbrook South only played 1 game at that international surface, and the rest have been on this standard NHL regulation 200 by 50 feet. And I don't know if that's going to be a huge factor, but New Trier has gotten used to that over the last 4 games. As we are ready for the opening face-off, New Trier takes it. We are underway. Titans in white, the Trevians in blue and green. 17-minute periods at this tournament, as per usual, all weekend long. Here's Zach Hipsch, and the Trevians are offsides, and we get an immediate whistle just 16 seconds in.
Yeah, good thing for GBS on that play. I think the New Trier player tried to hold up on the blue line for one player, but couldn't see behind him there's another one coming in, and so the whistle blew.
Neutral zone face-off, Benji Pajurski against Harrison Miller for the 2nd time. Miller 2-0 at the dot, and the Trevians will dump this one in. Thomas Preston gets the start for Jim Philbin. He started 5 of the 6 games. The freshman goalie. GBS in a good spot if he sticks around with the program for the next 4 years.
Yeah, Thomas Preston
Here's DeGroot on a centering pass. That one hits the crossbar and goes up out of play. Let's take a look at that one again.
Yeah, just a quick outlet pass from the corner to the slot, and you just ripped it, and luckily it went right off the top post and up into the net.
Lots of posts have been hit at this tournament. And with our nice ambient mics, you hear the loud ding coming through your speakers. Watching at home, Titans with a D-zone face-off, right wing circle. Drop of the puck, it's taken by New Trier. Want to give a big shout out to the tournament staff for getting music here for this championship game. It's sort of had a dead feeling all weekend long. There's silence in between the plays, but it's something so simple, but just adds so much atmosphere to the game. Especially in one like this where not going to be a huge student section. Of course, a 40-ish minute drive from the Glenview area. This one's poked into the corner, and it's picked up on the near side, far side by Luke Chu. Mulvey knocks it off of his stick, and the Titans clear. Cesario pokes it ahead, chasing after the puck. He's got a breakaway, and the save made by the pad of Wyatt Schmidt, the starting goaltender for Adam Cheris and the New Trier Green staff. Here's a shot by the Trevians as they enter the zone. Peter Moreno, he's looking for his first point of this preseason invitational. Didn't find it there. Cesario to Surma, who tips it into the zone. It's picked up by the Trevians. Pressure from Ryan Mulvey, but New Trier will keep possession. This one sent into the zone, bounces off the end boards, picked up by Jonah Weiss to the near side for Jack Higgins. Can't get it out of the zone as Chong keeps it in. Now Pedreja. Settling it down is Preston. He gets it to Bunnell. Now Weller, and Higgins looking to help that one outside the zone. Bunnell now sends it up to Weiss. Jonah Weiss over the line. Got it to Bunnell in the slot, tipped it on net, and the save is made. Let's look again at that breakaway by Cesario.
Yeah, as Cesario comes in, he's got one guy to beat. He actually beats him. He just chips it over his stick, and he's got a pretty good look, a better save by the New Trier goalie to keep this at 0.
John, this is your first time broadcasting with me this weekend, but you've been watching all weekend long. Pretty cool, that replay feature, huh?
Yeah, I love it. It's I love the broadcast. I love the kind of looks like 5D TV. It's really good.
Hyman scores, and New Trier breaks the ice. Dylan Hyman from the left side. It was a 2-on-1. Elected to take the shot, and it's 1-0 to the Trevians.
Preston's had such a good run so far, but here he just leaves that far left side for himself. His glove side opened, and the New Trier player was able to just whip it low into the net. So maybe that's a little bit of a wake-up call for Preston, because he's had such a great 5 games up till now, allowing just 1.25 goals per game. The only problem is the New Trier goalies, a couple of them are at 0.6, so
been quite the defensive performance by the Trevians. Like you said, 0.8 goals allowed per game for the Trevians through 5 games at this preseason invitational. It's the second time the Titans have allowed the first goal. The first time was against Maine. They came back to win that game 5-2. We'll see what the Titans are able to accomplish here as we roll along. Still early on. Luke Fagan can't clear the zone. It's kept alive. Here's another centering feed over to Hipsch, now right in front. Andy Finger couldn't deflect that one home. New Trier's buzzing, they've got some momentum. They're leading shots 4-2. Now behind the net, another centering feed. Here's Hipsch, he shoots, and that one wouldn't go. Now another centering pass to the slot. Here's a shot, never made it to the net as it was blocked by the Titans. And I don't think anyone would believe you if you said that this is the 6th game in 4 days, because they've got a lot of energy, and it resulted in a second goal for New Trier.
Yeah, Dylan, I think that New Trier's coming out, and they're the ones that have the spring in their footsteps. They're the ones that have the legs right now, and, unless that changes, it's going to be a long night for GBS. So they're going to have to find another gear here to kind of keep up with New Trier. And also, going back to that breakaway, I think that we're going to have to really, really take advantage of each and every one of those opportunities, because this is the type of team they're facing, and so they're going to need to pull out, their double-A game to beat New Trier tonight.
Well, a timeout has been called early by head coach of the Titans, Jim Philbin. In the sport of hockey, you only get one timeout per game, unlike NBA, 6 per half or whatever they do over there. So you only get one, and you have to choose when to use it. Jim Philbin electing to use it right now.
Yeah, I talked to Jim Philbin before the game, and he just said that he thought his team was tired. It's a lot of games starting this season to pack them into this many days. I mean, you're playing, they played 5-6 games in about, actually 4 games, both teams, in about the last 30 hours, right? And so, New Trier's, going to just keep on trying to ride this wave, and Jim Philbin's probably, putting some strategy in place right now to slow them down a little bit. I don't know if that's icing the puck more, just to get to slow the tempo of this game that New Trier is now dictating.
Only 5 games into the season coming into this one, but Glenbrook South trailing by 2 goals for the first time. New Trier gets us started again with another face-off win at center ice. Here's Hipsch. He'll play this one off the far boards and down into the Titan zone. Fagan picks it up behind Preston's net. Vanderplug hits a man into the corner. That's Harrison Miller. Puck comes to the near side where it's grabbed by the Titans. Fagan out to Sokol. Adam Sokol comes over the line, looking for an option. Goes to Surma with it. Frank Surma with 4 goals so far at the tournament. That leads the team for Glenbrook South, but New Trier on this zone entry tried to play it off the far boards, but it goes out of play into the Titan bench.
GBS had a nice breakout pass there, Dylan, coming out of their own zone, and that's what they're going to need to keep on repeating. Fast breakout passes so that they can get a couple 3-on-2s, maybe even like a 3-on-3 will be to their advantage if they could just get it out of their zone as quickly as possible.
The Titans' run at the preseason Invitational has ended at the hands of New Trier Green for the last 3 years. Trevians took them out in the semifinal last season, and the 2 before that, they beat GBS in the championship game. Both those occasions by 1 goal, one of them in overtime. And this one backhanded into the zone by New Trier. Picked up by Weller. He'll try and play it outside the zone, kept alive. Here's Luke Chu, returning varsity player from last season. Goes over to Andy Finger, right point. He shoots, saved by Preston. Rebounds picked up by Ben Stevens. He'll lift it off the glass, and it does just get outside the zone. That puck took a funny bounce. I think if it didn't hit a stanchion, it would have gone all the way down, but it only went out to neutral ice. Stevens pressuring, lifts the stick. He's got the puck now. Blake Hoffer lost the stick. He centered it looking for Pajerski, but knocked out of there by the Trevians. Now right to the blue paint. Hoffer got a piece of it, and the save was made by Schmidt. Titans happy to have Blake Hoffer back in the lineup after he missed the previous 2 games. He was the hero against Brother Rice with the game winner and then another for some insurance. Now a collision between Hoffer and one of the Trevians. That was Garrett Chong. Tough angle shot. Jonah Weiss's wrister missed the net. Now a 2-on-1 for the Trevians. Here they come. A pass to Chong. Here's the shot. That one went wide of the net. Now Weiss kicks it ahead, and this will be an icing.
Yeah, New Trier comes breaking out of their own defensive zone with a 2-on-1, and he tries to do a little loop around to get that pass over, and it almost worked. Just tipped it into the corner, and so Preston didn't have to make a save on that one.
Hard to tell if Ryan Mulvey's stick got in the way too to send that potential shot wide. Potential deflection, I should say. 2-0 Trevians. Still a lot of hockey to be played. Here's a centering pass in the slot, and Luke Fagan will recover. And Bunnell, they give it up. Here's another look for the Trevians. They score. Letting go of that shot, Jack Herstrit for his 3rd of the tournament. And it's 3-0.
You know, that was just a GBS giveaway coming out, breaking out of the midboard there. And New Trier is skating fast, so as soon as they see something like that, they're picking up on it. And he literally just walks in as the defense moves backward. He ripped it up into the upper right-hand corner of the net. Preston, you know, I think this is going to be kind of a psychological thing he's going to have to get over, because I'm sure he hasn't been down. He hasn't been down this early in the game, and 3 goals is a lot against New Trier.
It's never an easy task for any varsity goaltender in high school hockey to face a team like New Trier Green. But the task may be even a little larger when you're only, 14, 15 years old as a freshman. But Jim Philbin will keep him in the net for now. Shot on goal number 4 for the Titans there on the backhand was stopped by Schmidt. Wyatt Schmidt has been part of this New Trier Green team for a few years now. The Trevians are onside. Here's a pass. Backhander, they score! And it's Jack Herstrit again. His second goal in the last minute. And suddenly it's 4-0.
Dylan, can you call a second timeout? Obviously, you just explained that you can't. This is going to be hard now as New Trier, it didn't slow anything down, but what a pass, and then he grabs it on his left wing side and then just rips it back to the backhander, and he's got Preston moving the other way, and so he kind of just flew it into the open net. So this New Trier team is really skating hard, and they're putting up, hopefully not an insurmountable lead, but they're putting up a pretty big lead here as we have 9.5 minutes left to go in the first period. Is 4-0.
Wyatt Schmidt out of his net below the goal line. This one played off the board, centering pass. Here's a shot and a save, rebound. Oh. That one sent high of the net. Boris now centers it. Here's another look for Fagan, save, rebound, and another save on Lytle. Wyatt Schmidt going crazy right now.
Wow, I think he just made about 4 or 5 saves in just a couple minutes. That's the first one. Ripped over the top of the net. Then a quick, cool backhand pass right back. And then the GBS player sitting on the doorstep. And Schmidt just whipped out his left pad there to stop that. And he still has a goose egg. So the offensive players, defensive players are flying. And, of course, he's producing. So pretty good team here, I'll say, for just seeing them. This is the first time I'm seeing them this year.
Well, meanwhile, after the whistle, there was a penalty called, a cross-check against New Trier Green, so the Titans with a much-needed power play. All power plays by the Titans on the South Hockey Network are brought to you by RSM. 4 for 17 on the man advantage for Glenbrook South through the 5 games of this tournament. 12 for 14 on the PK is New Trier. GBS went 3 for 4 on the power play yesterday against Lake Forest. They need some of that luck here. Trevians will dump this one down. Here's Sokol. Skates through the neutral zone, looks for Surma. That pass intercepted and knocked back down to the Titans D zone. It is 4-0, New Trier Green. Here's Vander Plug, knocking this one down deep. Mulvey hits a man into the boards. Pajurski finds the puck. He throws it to the far side. Stevens racing after it into the corner, has a man to beat. That's Peter Moreno. And this one takes a funny hop off the boards. Blake Hoffer right there. Didn't realize he had it. And this one is a breakaway for Hipsch. And a save made by Preston. He'll hang on.
Okay, Hipsch comes out, flying out of the zone, and this is a good opportunity for Preston to stand up to him, and Preston does with a quick glove save as Hipsch tries to put it in the lower right-hand corner. So, you know, that's how you build it up. You build it up one save at a time, and, you know, if you can get your glove on it, make a good body movement like he did, a good athletic play, then maybe that can just kick this team into gear.
20 seconds to go on the power play for the Glenbrook South Titans. New Trier without a shorthanded goal at this tournament. That was nearly their first. Fagan goes cross ice to his brother. Luke to Will. Will dump it down. Power play is over. We're back to 5-on-5. Boris centers it. Here's a chance for Lytle. And it's sent out of the zone. Titans have had some good looks here as they have made the shot on goal ratio a little bit closer. Trevians now lead 10-9.
Dylan, not only is New Trier skating pretty well, I do think that GBS is looking a little bit tired. I think you see that when they give the puck away. Sometimes the puck is a foot away from their stick, and it's just, if you're tired, it's just hard to reach for it. Or you'll leave it behind or miss a player on a pass by a foot, and then New Trier is there to pounce on the replay. So, you know, they're going to have to get a little bit more precise here with what they're doing. Keep their heads up, look who they're passing to, and then hit them right on the stick.
Higgins tips it in. It'll be recovered by the Trevians. And an errant pass goes to Weiss. Jonah Weiss down to Higgins below the line. Jack Higgins goes up to Ryan Mulvey at the slot. Here's a shot, and blocked in close by Luke Chu. Chu now the other way. Sends it up ice. Here's Baker. Centered it. Poked away by Weller. Trevians keep possession alive, right in the slot again. Here's a chance by Chu. That one stopped by Preston. I believe he got a piece of it. Now Weiss taken down. Bunnell there to recover the puck. Ryan Mulvey can't hang on to it. Now Higgins will take it. Jack Higgins looked to clear that one around the boards and glass, but instead it goes a little too high and into the netting. 6:01 to go, first period. Dylan Ward and John Ward with you in the booth.
Dylan, I want to do a little shout out to you just for doing all these games. Also, congratulations. I'll mention it a little later as the puck is dropped now.
And the face-off one goes outside the zone. Delayed offsides, but we will play on. Adam Sokol down the right wing, has some space. He centered it, and it was knocked out of there. Titans, that seems to be something that they've got something going with here in this game. The centering passes from below the goal line. They've generated some pretty decent chances on those plays. Just nothing in the back of the net yet. They do have 10 shots on Schmidt.
Yeah, that was a nice shot by Asher Vanderploeg from the point. He's on the left point, and he just ripped it there, and he finally made Schmidt have to make a little bit more difficult save, right? Want to make, put the pressure to Schmidt, and he came up on top on that one, but I think they're going to get one past him here pretty soon.
Wyatt Schmidt and Drew Durdov has been the tandem for the last 2 seasons for New Trier Green. Durdov, a senior last year, has graduated, and now Wyatt Schmidt, Adam Cheris's main guy. Here's McPherson. He takes a shot. That one blocked. Vanderploeg finds it left circle. He'll try a shot. That sails over the crossbar. And now losing a tire is McPherson. He slams into the near boards and will dump it in, but offsides. Again, called by the referee. It's been kind of an oddity here at this tournament. We have a 3-ref crew, 2 refs, 1 linesman, but it kind of seems like all of them are doing everything.
Well, I think that's pretty good for these hockey teams. Has it always been a 3-man, or was it a 4-man?
In the SHL, it's a 4-man.
Okay.
But it's just funny because an orange arm goes in the air to call an offsides, and I think there's a penalty.
This is true.
I don't know if this is going to be the new standard in high school hockey or if it's just this tournament, but I'm pretty sure the SHL standard is the NHL style, 2 refs, 2 linesmen. Blake Hoffer pokes this one ahead. Hoffer takes a shot. That one flutters in on net and kicked away by Schmidt. Now another centering pass goes right to the Trevs. Here they come the other direction. Down the right wing side, sophomore Fagan crashes into Andy Finger, disrupting the play a little bit as we get down to 4:13 to go in the first period. Now Hutchin dumps it deep. Grabbed by Will Fagan. Fagan out to Stevens. Nice reception. Ben Stevens into the zone. And New Trier able to steal the puck away. Up high, here's Fagan. He'll try a shot, looking for a deflection by Hoffer. Didn't get it. And this one does come outside the zone. Fagan over the line, down the right wing side. Titans looking to keep a winning streak against the Trevians alive. They have won 3 consecutive matchups against New Trier after sweeping the SHL regular season series last year. 5-3 win, 5-2 win, and a 2-1 shootout win in that order. Centering pass, good stick by Mulvey to get it out of potential danger. Here's a shot from the left side. That one stopped by Preston. And Dylan Lytell looking to play it off the glass and out. He could not get it out. Weller goes far side for Charlie Preston, but it never got to him. And Zach Boris will pick it up, backhand it to the near side for Lytell, taken back by Harrison Miller. Went to the wrong 22. Now Weller able to get this one out. Titans rush ahead. They've got an odd man rush. Lytell, he'll just dump it in after being pressured. Zach Boris catches up to it below the line, centered it, and that shot sent wide. Lytell again from a tough angle hits the side of the net from the right side. And the Trevians will clear. All the way down it goes, and it's an icing. Titans with another attacking zone faceoff coming up, and GBS with a little bit of momentum in the last minute or two.
Yeah, if not for number 17 on New Trier, I don't know what his name is,
yeah,
but
we don't
he's
have
had his last shift was quite busy, and he did a lot to stop GBS from putting the puck in the net. But they did. This is what you have to build on. And Dylan, you were just talking about last year and taking 3 straight games, and that's what they have to keep talking about. Keep in their heads that they can come back and they can win this game regardless of the score right now.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the score, it's 4-0, but it's been 4-0 for the last 8 minutes. So the Titans have suppressed the shots a little bit and the opportunities against Preston. And it could have been 5-0, but Preston made the save on the breakaway. And ever since, the Titans have not allowed one. Now here's a pass out to Jonah Weiss. It's in his skates. He would have had a clean breakaway if not. Titans still have something going though. Bunnell sends it back to Weiss. He shoots, and the save made by Schmidt. Good passing play by the Titans. That line so far at this tournament has been really nice chemistry-wise, and the passes, but unable to finish that time. Here's Hip, she shoots, save made by Preston. He knocks it out of there, and the Titans will clear the zone. Weiss sends it up ahead for Bunnell, but it's recovered by the Trevians. Then Weiss steals it back. Hipsch takes it right back for New Trier Green. Under a minute to go in the first period. Hipsch leaves it for Chong. Garrett Chong behind behind the Titan net, I should say. And stripping the puck away is Fagan. He'll get it out to Surma, just past him. So it'll go all the way down for an icing.
Well, we take a look at GBS's offensive thrust here, and it's really good. Take a look at some of these passes, the backhand pass and the rip shot. Goalie makes a save, can't contain it, so it just falls right in front of him, and one of their New Trier players was able to kick it over to the corner.
38 seconds to go. New Trier wins the faceoff. And now Hyman, who scored the first goal of the game, Dylan Hyman, number 84, Green rookie, goes back up to the point for Moreno, another one. It'll be taken by Fagan down in that far side corner. Can the Titans get one here before the timeout? Jonathan Cesario, who's been hot in the last few games, tries a shot, but New Trier gets a stick in the way to deflect it up into the netting. Only 6.9 on the clock now.
Yeah, I think that Cesario's got to come across that blue line and move a little quicker, maybe do a little bit more deking, and so that he can get that shot off and not get it blocked by a New Trier player. So they're going to have to make those little small moves that are going to deke out some of those New Trier players so those shots can get all the way through on net.
Got to take a shot here for Surma. Wouldn't have counted, but the save anyway And the buzzer sounds on period number 1. 17 minutes are in the books. Titans do lead shots, 14-13 at this point in the game. However, it's New Trier with a daunting 4-0 lead through the opening frame.
And I do know that out of the 14 shots, about 5 of them came in about 1 second. And Schmidt made a lot of those saves when GBS had their best offensive push. And, almost got it past there. But, now, as the periods start ticking down, they're going to have to start, chipping away. It's got to make it 4-1. I really do think that they're going to have to be the team that scores the next goal to give them some type of momentum. I mean, hockey is such a momentum sport, I think more than most sports. But if they can just do that and then feed off some of their success that they had from last year, right, and put it on the ice, I think that they can give Schmidt a little bit more of a hard time and make him work a little harder and hopefully get a couple goals past him.
All right, I'll take a very brief timeout. Don't go anywhere. This is the South Hockey Network. All right, we're back. That was a quick break. South Hockey Network, preseason invitational championship game. The Titans looking for some revenge after being knocked out by New Trier for the past 3 years at this tournament. Last year in the semifinal, the 2 years before that in the final. Dylan Ward here on the call with you. John Ward with me as analyst, my father, of course. Gerard Boris, our producer. And it is Joe Hoffer on the scoreboard, now taking over for Brad Cesario, our CSO. That stands for Chief Scoreboard Operator. And we are back underway. Second period, the teams have switched sides, and it's the period of the long change. We'll see if the Titans can use that to their advantage. This one sent down, no icing as it took a deflection. Adam Sokol catches up to it down below the goal line. Sokol got his pocket picked by Michael Pedreja of New Trier. Good play there by Fagan, back checking. But Andy Finger able to take it, get it to Pedreja. Aiden Weller being pinned up against the boards down below the line. New Trier centers it, taken away by Sokol, but it goes back up high. Here's a shot that never made its way to the net. Surma blocks it, and now the Titans can rush ahead. Surma, nice move. He'll come over the line. Doesn't have much help. He'll just force that puck down to the far side corner. Titans looking for their first goal. Before this game, they had only allowed one first period goal in the 5 games that they played. And this pass out to Blake Hoffer. He pulls it ahead. Partial break down the left wing side. He'll try a shot. That one off the pad of Schmidt, and into the bench it goes.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Hoffer. The only problem is that, that's sometimes a set play where you try to put it off the goalie's pad. You can see this boom, and there's no player there from GBS. So that might be that leg situation where they're a little bit tired and they couldn't catch up to him. But it's going to have to come from him. It's going to have to come from Surma. It's going to have to come from Sokol. I think they're big guns if they're gonna make a game out of this.
Stevens' shot gets absorbed by Schmidt. Titans are pressuring. They now lead shots 16-13 and 2-0 here in the second period. A minute and a half in. Hoffer ready for the face-off at the left wing circle. He won it cleanly back up to Vanderploeg. Asher Vanderploeg. And stripped away by New Trier. Now here's one of the skaters. Rowie in for New Trier. And out to neutral ice. New Trier pokes this one ahead. Here is Hutchin. He couldn't get a shot on goal. No save necessary for Preston. Now here's a shot. Believe that was blocked. Never made its way to the net. Now, Yang, he takes a shot. Stopped by Preston again. And now here come the Titans the other direction. Blake Hoffer can't get around one man, and New Trier able to take the puck back. Here comes Oyang into the zone, and the puck taken right back by the Titans. Blake Hoffer, nice little subtle move there to play it off the net. Then he collides with one of the Trevians, but no penalty will be called. Now Vanderplug over the line. That looked close to offsides. They'll call it. I think it was the right call, but it was close. Let's have another look.
Yeah, it was just kind of breaking out, and it was I think his player on the left here is just a little bit over here. And I think that those are the things that, you know, GBS can't make mistakes on, because all of a sudden they don't have an opportunity because some play, wasn't getting the timing right. So, and that might happen when, it's just tired. There's a lot of games in a couple nights.
New Trier scored 4 goals in the first 7 minutes, but haven't scored in the last 13 minutes of playing time. And in that time, the Titans arguably have been the better team. They had more shots in that span. Once Preston made that save on the breakaway, momentum started to swing in the white sweaters' direction. Although that's not to say that New Trier hasn't had their fair share of chances since then. The stick is lifted out of the hands. Luke Fagan thought about going to grab it, but instead he'll abandon it, as keeping his position more important at this exact moment. He'll go down to the corner without a stick, hit a man into the boards. And the puck recovered by the Trevians. Here's Hipsch, right point, goes to Miller, right circle. Down to the left circle. Here's a shot, save made by Preston. Trevians get it right back. Still without a stick is Fagan. Here's a shot, that one blocked on the rebound. Another save made by Preston. Now puck down below the goal line. Titans looking to clear the zone. They cannot. Period of the long change. The Titans players at the end of a long shift. Here's a deflection in the slot. It wouldn't go, and then on the rebound, they couldn't bury that one either. Still in possession is New Trier. The Titans have not had a change in a while. Now Dylan Lytell will pick it up, play it off the boards. And a much needed opportunity for a couple of guys to get off the ice. And Fagan to grab his stick. Trevians have pulled back to the lead in shots now. 19-16, they lead shots 6-2 in this period. They do also have 6 consecutive shots on goal. .10 left in the second period. Here's Weiss. Look to play it out to the neutral zone, delayed off sides. Trevians left to tag up. And that gives the Titans an opportunity to have some time to reset. Chu takes over for New Trier Green. He'll leave it. Now they skate through neutral ice. That looked offsides, and yes, it was.
Well, we can take a look here at Preston, some saves that he has under the New Trier pressure. I actually think Hipsch is skating the best on New Trier, and so we're going to have to watch him at the point because he's setting up a lot of goals. His feet are moving really, really well tonight. I don't know if that's just a normal thing, but you're going to have to watch him. His wristers are hard, but Preston came up with a couple saves there. Really impressive.
Zach Hipsch coming into this game at the preseason invitational. 2 goals, 4 assists for the defenseman. Last season in SHL play through 30 games, he had 3 goals, 10 assists. This one goes all the way down. Cesario chasing after it, but won't get there in time. And the icing is called. Of course, the rule difference in high school hockey, it doesn't matter if you win the race like the NHL. It's just called an icing if nobody gets to the puck before it crosses the line.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. I had a look. Dylan only made that comment because my eyebrow was raised because a GBS guy was beating him to the puck. But.
And I think they call it hybrid icing or something. I don't know which one's hybrid and which one's this one. Anyway, 11 minutes to go in the second period. It's been nearly a full period's worth of time since New Trier scored. Titans can't clear the zone. Cesario will backhand it now out to Surma, but it goes past him. And Luke Chu for New Trier will dump it into the zone. Vanderploeg out of midair, knocks it down. Now Surma finds it at the blue line, looks for Sokol, couldn't get it to him cleanly. Trevians enter the zone onside. Here's Baker. Now a chance for Chong. He whiffed on a shot. It goes up high, and that one stopped by Preston. Rebound kept alive by New Trier. Chu couldn't get to that puck, and Vanderploeg able to skate through neutral ice. Asher Vanderploeg had to deke his own man Surma there. And a scrum for the puck near side boards. Who's going to come away with possession? Titans do as Vanderploeg slides it over to Pajurski. Benji Pajurski over the line. Over to the far side, Mulvey. Ryan Mulvey to Pajurski. He shoots. Big save made by Schmidt, as he stays perfect between the New Trier pipes. Now the Trevians look to answer. This one sent up to the point. Hipsch just past him. And it'll be picked up by Peter Moreno. Ben Stevens knocks it out of there. He tried to center it for Hoffer. Couldn't get it to his stick cleanly. Now down to 9:20 to go in period number 2. Stevens steals. And a centering pass. Blake Hoffer right there, but wasn't facing the right direction to get a tip on that and put it on target. So now here comes New Trier. Hipsch at the end of a long shift. Knocks it ahead of Weller. Centers it in the slot, and that one, I believe, hit the post. We'll see if we got that on replay. Sort of a late reaction up here by us in the booth to cue it. Here's a centering pass, and Hipsch scores. And what were you just saying about number 11 in blue, John? He gets his first goal of the game there, his third of the tournament, and it is now a 5-goal lead for New Trier Green.
Yeah, Dylan, and as you said, that was at the end of his shift. So he's buzzing around all over the place, and you can see him break out from the boards, and he's just right there, perfect positioning to take that, behind the goal line centering feed and put it past. Here's that one off the post. A puck's going to go in if you keep on buzzing around the net like New Trier's doing. So you got to start getting this thing out of the zone and get it into New Trier's zone, offensive zone.
And blue paint, Preston's kicking it out. Scramble for the puck. Ref right on top of the net. And not over the line. Halfway through regulation. And you got to remember, at this level, high school hockey, if this 5-goal differential carries over into the third period, there will be a running clock. So the Titans looking to avoid that.
Yeah, just another thing that they gotta, get over. So for sure, when it was 4-0, I didn't remember that little rule, but I just wanted them to be the next one to score a goal, not for that reason, but now that was a big reason to do that. So.
And it differs in different leagues and tournaments or whatever, competitions, but in the SHL, of course, if you bring it back to a 4-goal lead, that stops the clock, but in some tournaments, I'll have to double check the rule book, you have to bring it back to 3 in order to stop the clock again. So Titans desperately need to get on the board here if they want a chance. Zach Boris looking to make something happen. He splits one defender. Boris shoots, and the save made by Schmidt. Boris nearly breaking the ice for Glenbrook South. Good chance.
Yeah,
and a good play.
Good speed by Boris coming over here. He just breaks to the left and goes over that blue line. He's kind of forced out there, cuts off his angle a little bit. The farther you move out to the boards, the better your shot has to be because you have less of the net to hit. So you gotta pick those targets. But that was a pretty good offensive play. I like that.
Boris won it cleanly. Here's Fagan shooting. Deflected up high by Schmidt.
Yeah, easy save by Schmidt. He just threw a stick out there. He knew what he was doing. Maybe he wanted it to go off the glass, and keep it in play, but he just got a little high.
Carbon copy of the face-off, but this time instead of shooting, Will Fagan will send it back down below the goal line for Preston. Charlie Preston, the older brother of the goaltender Thomas Preston. Two pairs of brothers on this team, the Prestons and the Fagans. And here is one of the Fagan brothers. As a matter of fact, both pairs of bros are on the ice right now for Glenbrook South. 4 of their 6 players.
It's a family affair.
Zach Boris through the neutral zone. And it's recovered by New Trier. Here comes DeGroot over the line. Max DeGroot tried a shot, tough angle. He was being contested by Fagan. It goes into the near side corner, and Will Fagan grabs the puck, slides it over to Preston. Charlie Preston shoots it from the neutral zone before hurrying to the bench for a change. Now waiting at the blue line the other way is Huber. He gets it to the slot. Here's a shot. Big save made by Preston. Taking that shot for New Trier, Ethan Baker. He had a one-on-one, but the freshman goaltender said no.
Yeah, New Trier comes right back after GBS literally had a 3-on-2, but the GBS player threw it down in the corner, and New Trier breaks out and does a little flip-over pass to a streaking New Trier player coming down the middle of the slot. And what a great save by Preston to just keep this at 5-zip.
Now right in front, another chance. That one deflects wide. Shots on goal now, 25-19 for New Trier. In the period, 12-5 for the Trevians. Now Baker again, taken away by Evan Bunnell. Bunnell pulls it ahead in his skates, but gets it back to his stick blade. He enters the zone. Just onside are the Titans. Here's Bunnell shooting, he scores! Evan Bunnell breaks the ice for the Titans and gets the all-important first goal for Glenbrook South. They're on the board.
I think GBS got a little bit of a break there. I think he just deked a little bit at the blue line. He might have been offsides, but wow, he just kept on going with the play. If you don't hear that whistle, you just keep on moving. And Bunnell just broke out on the left side on his off wing and was able to power it over the far side of the net and beat Schmidt.
Evan Bunnell, number 13 in white, his second goal of this preseason invitational tournament. Had 9 goals, 15 assists in 22 AHL games for Varsity 2 last year. Now some momentum on the Titans side. Vanderplug tries a shot, taken away by the Trevians. They get it out to the neutral zone. Much needed goal for Glenbrook South, and we'll see if it affects their playing. New Trier will be guilty of icing here, and that'll bring the face-off into the attacking zone for GBS. 5.5 to go in the second, 5-1.
By that one goal by GBS, Bunnell, he's already busted up Schmidt's average, which is about a .6 up until now. So now we've got that one goal and something to build on, seriously, as we're in that offensive zone and we've just won a face-off.
Vanderplug takes a shot, deflected by Adam Sokol. Maybe he was hoping for Cesario to tap it in back door, but it gets cleared instead. Now maybe a 3-on-2 for the Titans if they hurry. Sokol leads the charge down the right wing. Adam Sokol circles the net, looking for a pass. He goes up to Vanderplug, who shoots it. That one wide of the net, maybe looking for a deflection by Surma. Mulvey keeps it alive, right point. Goes down to the corner, Cesario. Knocked out of his reach. And Surma will take it back. Look for Sokol, but that pass intercepted. Here come the Trevians the other direction. Herstrit takes a hit. Surma recovers. Got it to Cesario. Jonathan Cesario plays it. Goes down below the goal line off the end boards, and a whistle behind the play.
I think we got a cross check coming up.
Yeah, it's going to go against New Trier, and Michael Pedreja heads to the box to the tunes of Curb Your Enthusiasm. And another power play for the Titans. Once again, all power plays brought to you by RSM. Boy, could they use one here.
Yeah, and it's too bad that they don't have a timeout left. I know, I actually thought the earlier timeout was a good call too, so it'd be nice to have an extra one if maybe you could buy one.
And that's what's so hard for the coaches in hockey at any level, deciding when to use that one timeout, because like I said, you use it in the first period, 2 minutes into the game. You don't have it down the stretch if you make it close. Face-off win for GBS. Big pile of snow by the Titan bench. Sort of got all up in Weller's business, and the Trevians are able to clear this one down. Titans 4 for 18 on the power play at this tournament. They're due for another PPG. Trevians take this one away. Here's Hans Hubert over the line down the right wing side. Pajurski pressuring him as he just kills some time while his team is shorthanded, but Blake Hoffer plays it off the near boards, looking to catch up to it. And the Titans will be able to regroup here. But already suddenly 50 seconds have dripped away on the power play. Blake Hoffer gets it back to himself, gets taken down, able to get a shot away, and I have no idea how that's not a tripping penalty. We'll have another look at the next whistle.
Yeah, I mean, that's GBS should be have a two-man advantage with that. What a cool move. It was almost over his shoulder. Blake Hoffer went over his shoulder to get around that last defenseman, and then he ended up getting pulled down, so he deserved a penalty on that hard work.
Trevians killing some time while shorthanded, and now they will clear it the length of the ice. Now all of a sudden, only 15 seconds left on this GBS power play.
Oops.
A missed pass, and it will not go far enough for icing. And it's played outside the zone again by the Trevians. Out of the box comes Pedreja, and that will finish the second GBS power play. They are now 0 for 2 in the game. Boris got it to Lytel over the line. Lytel tried a shot, had lots of traffic, and couldn't get that one through. So now Preston, near side corner with 2:14 to go in the period. Puck taken away by New Trier, and Chu will dump this one down. Big hit on the near boards by Boris.
He's having a good shift. He's kind of possessed right now.
And the Titans unable to clear this one outside the zone. Here's a chance for New Trier. This one sent over the net by Baker. Boris recovers. Looks over his options. He'll backhand it down into the zone, left wing side. Picked up below the goal line by New Trier. Now Boris into the corner. Battle for the puck near side corner, but it squeaks free to New Trier. 90 seconds to go in the period. Hutchin gets around Fagan. He'll try a shot and scores. And it is back to a 5-goal lead for the Trevians. 6-1.
It's a tough play. GBS defender got undressed on that one. Just swung around him, and I think that's Hutchin who scored that goal. And he just did a great move right at the blue line, and then when he got down close one-on-one with Preston, he just picked that long far side there. He saw an opening, and he shot it in there.
Here's a look at that Blake Hoffer no call.
Yeah, I mean, that can really change the complexity of these games, and the no calls can make a big difference. All of a sudden, it's 6-1.
Here's Cooper Sell. Under a minute to play, centering pass, goes up high, slot. Left circle, it's Sell again. And that puck recovered by the Titans. Cesario gets it ahead to Weiss, but he couldn't get ahead of the New Trier defender, Oyang. Now this one off the near boards. Trevians will play catch with it, kill some time here. That's onside. But now the puck taken back by the Titans. A pass up to Cesario. Another potential odd man rush for the Titans. Cesario knocks a man into the far boards. 24 seconds to play. Enough time to get one more for the Titans. But this clear is not going to make it easy. Ryan Mulvey retreats. Now down to 15. Plays it off the net for himself. But they can't clear the zone and rush the other way. Kept alive. Here's a shot from the point. That one sails wide. 3 seconds, 2, 1, now 0. And there's the horn to end period number 2. 6-1 the lead for New Trier Green after 34 minutes of play. And now the coaches will either mutually agree to skip the Zamboni or go to the locker room, and let's see what the decision is.
It'd be nice if they did go to the locker room. I mean, this is a big tournament. They played a lot of games. You know, why not go and sit and talk it out for a minute and see how they're going to present that last period of hockey. Both teams have played so well, and their hearts are in it. So it'd be nice if they did go take a break.
And it does not look like they're going to. So no Zamboni. Lots of snow building up on that ice. Again, in the SHL, I believe it is a rule that you skip the ice cut when there's a 5-goal differential, but what I thought I saw in the tournament rules is that if either coach wants to go to the locker room, they go to the locker room. They only skip it if both coaches agree, and it looks like Jim Philbin was the one who had the final say in that because his team is trailing, and he will just say, let's finish it up. 17 minutes for the third period, and it will be a running clock until further notice.
Well, if GBS is going to get out of here with and close the gap on that score, they're going to have to start hitting those small passes. They're going to have to get their bodies over their skates. I feel like sometimes they're missing their passes by a couple feet. Sometimes they're just not reaching for the puck to move it along and to beat the New Trier players to the puck. Whether it's the corner, the middle zones, they're just New Trier is getting on those pucks a little bit faster. And so now, you know, we'll see if GBS can kind of dig deep here, and they will be able to get out of here and make this score a little bit closer than it is.
All right, so I'm doing a little bit of investigation right now. I would like to find out if the clock stops when it goes back to a 4-goal differential or if it needs to be down to 3.
And we have started.
Not quite finding it. I'll keep looking here.
Dylan's got all of his, you are the man, Dylan. You have your computers and all of that. Now, I could never read that small print, that fine print that you're reading, but
on my phone,
if you could find it, that would be great. And then if we can get a couple goals here and move it back down to a stop clock.
I couldn't find it. I'm sure it's somewhere in that rule book, but it's just too much to look through at this time. So we will just see what happens. How about that? But for now, it is a running clock. We know that because it's a 5-goal differential. So the Titans back to their first period shooting sides. They'll go left to right. And we'll see if they can catch some fire here. And regardless of the score, minutes against a team like New Trier Green is never a bad thing. Again, this is the 4th straight game for the Titans. A Cesario shot is fanned against an SHL opponent, so Jim Philbin is going to come into the regular season with some notes on 4 teams, and including New Trier. It's definitely going to be a good thing, regardless of the outcome of this game when the Titans and Trevians meet for the first time in the regular season, to have this game to look back on and, you know, use it to prepare for that game.
Well, also, this game, number one, this game is not over. Number two is, even if it was to end up this way.
Hoffer gets it up to Stevens, 2-on-1. Stevens will try the shot. Had Pajerski to his right, elected to take the shot and miss the net. Now a nice move by New Trier to get around one. A pass attempt to Herstrit. Instead the shot on goal. And it's recovered by the Titans. Now this one off the boards. Blake Hoffer pressuring. Preston still in his net. 21 saves for him. Here's Herstrit. Around one man. Found a way to crash the net. But that was stopped. Couple replays to look at here.
Yeah, when you break out wide like this, this is the GBS 2-on-1. And GBS player elects to take the shot from there. Now watch this, just skating, he's just moving a little bit faster and get outside and then come back up into the middle, into the slot. You got to move that New Trier player out of there also.
Remember that clock continued to tick during that stoppage of play. Running clock here in the third period. Here's Bunnell chasing after the puck. Another 2-on-1. Evan Bunnell looking for a man. I don't know if he realized he had Weiss crashing the net because he sort of turned around to see if anyone was coming instead of passed it to him. Eventually went for him on the backhand, but it didn't connect.
Yeah, I think he just noticed that at the last second.
Now here's a shot from the left side. Stopped by Preston.
Dylan, I was just going to say, I'm looking at both of these teams, and, this is a hard tournament to win. You only have to be perfect, right? 6-0.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like when, if that score stays the same, then, GBS is going to come off and ride home 5-1.
Right.
That's pretty impressive. And, you have New Trier that, this is like winning, March Madness. This is winning the NCAA basketball tournament. You have to be perfect.
24 teams began this weekend, and the Titans and Trevians are the final two. Now Chong, nice reception, backhand pass to Baker. He eventually got to it, sent it up high to the point, now across. Left side, down to the left circle now. Ryan Mulvey looking to get that one out. Nice little play there by Mulvey. And Sokol into the zone down the right wing side. Here's Cesario now from below the goal line. "12 minutes left in regulation time. The lone goal for Glenbrook South, scored by Evan Bunnell, made it 5-1 at the time in that second period. So now Sokol over the line, right wing side. He lets go of a shot. That's wide and off the end boards. Puck taken back by New Trier. Garrett Chong. Close to offsides, but waved safe by the linesman. Centering pass, tipped on net. Good save by Preston. And the New Trier fans are making a case that that puck went over the line. Let's take a look at this replay.
Yeah, I think this backhand play, Luke Chu just kind of dives for the puck. The puck ended up coming.
Let's look at that again, actually. They might have a case.
Well, I think the puck was
look, right
hidden.
Right here, you can see it right there. Well, the Titans bailed out. I think that probably went over the line. But here's a steal, Zach Boris. Partial breakaway down the left side, and he can't get a clean shot on net as Yang was right behind him pressuring. Now sent out of the zone to neutral ice. Fagan goes to Lytle, just onside, or actually, they'll call that offsides. It was close. Let's look at it again.
This is the backhand pass here, and Lytle just moves in 1/2 second.
It was off the screen.
Too fast.
We're down to now 10:15 to go in the third period. Championship game of this preseason invitational tournament. Shot goes wide. Now here come the Titans the other way. Zach Boris backhands it down into the zone. Below the goal line it goes. Now Boris again. Near side half boards to the near side corner. And all weekend long, hockey, the top teams in Illinois and this tournament. This is game number 43 of the weekend here at Seven Bridges Ice Arena. Sell will knock this one in from neutral ice. And Preston not interested in stopping play but letting the clock run, so I'll just set it down. And without the Zamboni, the snow buildup, especially by the benches, keeps on getting bigger and bigger. Here's a steal. DeGroot picked the pocket. He tried to get it ahead to his forehand for himself. He could not. Puck goes to the far side. Blake Hoffer. Taken back by the Trevians. Behind the net, centering pass. Instead it'll go up high to Hubert. He takes a shot. Deflected wide by Preston. Blake Hoffer was lurking for a potential breakaway pass, but instead play is stopped as the puck is touched with a high stick, and that'll bring the face-off all the way down to the Titans attacking zone, but that clock keeps ticking away. 8:10 to go on it.
Yeah, we're going to need a offensive face-off win here and just start shooting at the net. We'll take any type of goal at this point. GBS needs it to change this game around.
Face-off win for the Titans. They bring it up to the point. New Trier bench is wondering why a trip wasn't called, but that makes up for the no call on Blake Hoffer.
And New Trier parents.
New Trier, the defending state champions last year. They beat the York Dukes at the United Center 6-1. And ultimately finishing 6th place in the national championship tournament in Philadelphia. And I said it earlier in the broadcast. Here's Weiss pulling it ahead. He scores! Jonah Weiss falls down afterwards. Top shelf, what a pretty goal. And it is now 6-2.
Wow, what a great goal by Weiss. I mean, he picked a corner that I just could see from here as about a 2-inch square. Wait, can a putt fit in there? Well, we'll watch on the replay as he just dips here and gets the pass from Bunnell and then just sees a little daylight in that near corner and he hits it. That was a highlight goal.
It might have hit Phil 3 bars.
Yeah, we're letting our producer say that might have hit 3 bars.
Well,
does that count as maybe 3 goals? And
if only. I think you might be onto something there, Gerard. But now we do have our answer. The clock did not stop. So if the Titans want the clock to stop, they're going to have to get it to a 3-goal deficit. And you know what, folks? There's a lot of hockey left here, and especially if the Titans can get a goal soon and stop the clock, you never know. Shots on goal in period number 3, though. New Trier leads 6-1. That goal by Bunnell was the Titans' only shot so far this period. Chong back into the zone, sends it deep. Vanderplug there, gloves it down to his stick. Back pass. Lytle takes it. Gets back to it. Dylan Lytle will send this one down into the zone. Settled down by Schmidt. As we get down to the final 5 minutes of this one. Vanderplug, near side for nobody. Now Hutchin, as this puck flies out of the rink. And that'll stop play, but not the clock.
Yeah, I mean, obviously GBS has to be the super aggressor here. New Trier would do just fine, you know, to just play garbage hockey in between the blue lines and just wind out this clock. You might have one of their players who maybe wants to score another goal, but so GBS is just going to have to put them to it. They got to start out by winning some of those faceoffs too.
And you know, in these tournaments, we've been talking about it. This is the 6th game for both these teams in the last 4 days, and 4th game within the same 30 or so hours. It's almost like it's not about who's the better team on paper, it's who is prepared to play the game. And you want to talk about the start of this game. New Trier made it 4-0 in the first 7 minutes. Since then, it's 2-2.
Yeah, since then it's 2-2, and you know, I do think that that's something you can build on. You know, it's not just win. You got to take something out of these games, each and every game. And even if you lose a game, you still have to, you know, find some value in what you do on that ice. And I think that GBS can be awful proud of, you know, maybe not having their eyes open when that game started, and the way that they've played since then.
Now 3:10 to go in the period. Jim Philbin will not be going with the empty net, down by 4. Blake Hoffer can't get it ahead, and it's taken back by the Trevians. There's a big hit by Fagan, sends one of the Trevians down. And the Titans recover the puck. Here comes Hoffer over the line left side, splits one defender, and blows a tire. They can't clear it out. McPherson keeps it in the zone. Looked for Pajerski, but instead it's recovered by New Trier. They're going to have a breakaway. Preston way out of his net. Good play by the freshman, knocking it out of reach with his stick.
Great play by the freshman. You can see him actually deciding, I'm going to start moving up instead of going back. So he made the right move. Doesn't always work, but that was a real class move.
And we've reached the 2-minute warning on this NFL opening Sunday. A touchdown to a safety. Here's DeGroot over the line. Max DeGroot. Tough angle shot, and Preston couldn't cover it. Now Knight. Taken back by the Titans. Weiss tips it out. Here comes a 2-on-1 for GBS. A pass to Hoffer. He'll try a shot. That one goes high of the net. Blake Hoffer gets back to it. Up to Weller, high slot. He will try a shot, fanned on it. Sent up to the left point. McPherson takes a shot, saved by Schmidt. And the Trevians grab the puck back. Here comes DeGroot over the line. Gets around Weller. Max DeGroot tried a backhand shot in tight. Similar to Jonah Weiss's goal earlier, but he didn't connect. Down to 50. Outside the zone it goes. Chasing after it is Higgins. He gets to the puck. Over the line, right wing side. Higgins to the net. Save made by Schmidt. He covers it up. Let's have another look at that play by Preston on the breakaway to poke check it.
Yeah, that was great because you could see him right, well, a little off to the left of your camera. He decided to come out, and then not only that is he gains a couple feet that he doesn't have to skate by throwing that stick out and knocking it away.
And the clock keeps ticking away. They're not going to drop the puck. For the 4th season in a row, New Trier Green are champions of the preseason. A 6-2 win over the Glenbrook South Titans, and they have made it a 6-0 start to their season.
Yeah, I think the boys ought to be really, really proud of what they've done out here. Obviously, both teams, New Trier, the 6-0 winner, 6-2 winner tonight, but winning 6 games in a row. But finishing 5-1 against some of the teams that I saw out here you got to take something positive away from that. And as the guys line up to shake hands, this is just the start of our 24-25 season, and I'm really looking forward to, watching these guys grow into some really good hockey players, better hockey players than they're already.
Well, at a minimum, 3 more meetings between the Titans and Trevians this season in their 3 SHL regular season affairs, and maybe more when we get to the playoffs, SHL playoffs, state playoffs, a couple more tournaments coming up. And for finishing in second place, the Glenbrook South Titans will be getting a miniature version of the trophy. So we'll stick around for the trophy presentation for both teams. Again, we appreciate you tuning in, whether you're a GBS fan, a New Trier fan, or just wanted to watch 2 of the best teams in the state go at it here in the championship game. We hope you found us okay on YouTube. And there is the small trophy right by the penalty box if Gerard wants to find that with his camera. There it is. So you can see the 2 trophies and members of the Warriors Hockey Club, of course, the tournament organizers this weekend. Big shout out to them, as this is always a really fun way to start the season and has been for years. And not sure if we're going to get any kind of PA announcing on the microphone. And yes, he does have a microphone, or maybe that's a puck? No, that's his phone.
I do see GBS, couple players on the bench still.
Yeah, and there's the trophy. So it's given to the Glenbrook South Titans on their bench that remain. And Adam Sokol carries it off the ice. The silver medal for Glenbrook South. And again, 24 teams played in this tournament. GBS got second place.
Yeah, I just, like I say, they're going to head to the locker room right now and let New Trier have the ice to take a picture with their winning trophy. But 5-1. I saw so many good things out here. Preston, the freshman goalie, was outstanding in all of these games. But for about 7 minutes of this hockey game, this was an evenly fought game, and I think that's what they need to build on. Just take out those 7 minutes where New Trier built up a 4-0 lead and say, hey, we went 2-2 with them all the way through, and we were putting more pressure on New Trier at the end of the game there and making Schmidt come up with some big saves. So, got to just build on that and take that in and figure out how to make that and win your next game.
A 6-0 weekend for New Trier, outscoring opponents 39-6 for the state champions. Looks like they're going to have another solid season. That's going to finish our broadcast today. John, do you have any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Just for you and Boris, able to pull this thing off with such class and some great technology that'll be really fun to implement and apply this year with your replay technology. I'm just very proud of both of you guys for doing this every single year, and you guys are never forgotten, and a great call and great producing on the show, Boris. So my hat's off to you guys.
All right, well, the Titans' regular season opener is not until October 4th, but a couple of more preseason games between now and then, including on Tuesday night at 7:40 at the Glenview Ice Center, the preseason home opener The Titans will be facing off against the Bennett Red Wings. Then on Thursday of next week at 8 p.m., they'll be traveling to Oak Lawn to face the Brother Rice Crusaders. And then likely some more preseason games will get added to the schedule before that Friday night in October at Addison Ice Arena. So some more hockey here shortly. Only have to wait 1 day, or 2 days, I should say, as the Titans will be at home Tuesday night against Bennett. Until then, for everyone involved this weekend, Brad Cesario, Joe Hoffer, Gerard Boris, our producer, that's John Ward. My name's Dylan Ward. We will see you next time.